Chase,
Yeah.
we gotta record. It's
Yeah.
been 3 weeks since we've done an LCC because all this bull malarkey that's come up.
Yeah. It's been a second.
Speaking of being a second, it's 1 a.m.
It is, the second of the night.
I am dead on the inside.
Ooh.
It is
that hour.
that hour that I need to be asleep, but I'm not because I'm trying to make this fresh content.
Ah.
Why do we do this?
'Cause we procrastinate.
You make a good point. And hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Lights, Camera, Comics, a show where we bring you the latest news in geeky movies and television. I am your host, Joseph Gallion, and with me as always is your co-host, Mr. Chase Gallion.
Hi.
Woo! Okay guys, before we get into it, you can find this podcast on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Google Play. If you want to follow the show, follow it at Heroic Power ENT on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You can follow me at Captain JSSG on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. Follow Chase at Chase.Gallion1, Gallion_Chase on Twitter, and Snapchat at Chase.Gallion. Gallion spelled Galyean. Boom. Alright guys, we split this show into 4 different categories: Marvel, DC, Star Wars, and miscellaneous. So, as usual, Chase, I will let you decide what category we start with. Did you see how fluid that intro was?
Yeah.
It may be
Smooth.
1 a.m., but boy, I am feeling alive and well. At least my podcast self is. My body is dying, but you know.
That's right.
Oh boy.
Let's see. Let's do miscellaneous first.
Ooh, nice choice. All right, Senor, did you see the Terminator Dark Fate trailer?
No. Not a huge Terminator fan.
Yeah, that's fair. Have you seen any Terminator movies?
No.
Ah, I see.
Negative.
You should watch the first 2. Because apparently
I've heard.
Yeah, those 2 are great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've heard from me.
Yes.
Yeah. Those 2 are apparently the only ones that are going to be in continuity anyway, because those are the only 2 really good ones. So there's that.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah. They're kind of doing the same thing with RoboCop apparently, where only the first one's going to be in continuity, and like they're making a sequel or whatever to that one. So that's nice, I guess.
Yeah.
Which means they're ignoring the reboot ever happened, which is also nice, I guess. No, but okay, so to talk about the Dark Fate trailer for just like a little bit, since you didn't see it. No, it looks, I think, I'm cautiously optimistic. That's about all I can say about it. Gabriel Luna's in it, and he's a good actor. And it's directed by Tim Miller, the guy who directed the first Deadpool.
Yeah.
I think it has a chance of being really good. So I am very cautiously optimistic. The new Terminator design is cool, and I like it a lot. So I don't know. I'm interested. I'm ready. I want to see where it goes. Want to see like the new places that they're going to take it, and it's cool to see Sarah Connor back. So I missed her character a lot. So yeah, Terminator.
Terminator.
There's a whole lot of hate on it because, well, I don't know. The only really way to put it is just because the lead characters are female. Not to be, that guy, but that's literally why it's getting a lot of hate.
Right.
And that's pretty annoying. But it is getting pooped on because of that. And I don't know. That's not a reason to hate a movie just because it has a female lead. I mean, honestly, the original Terminator and Terminator 2, those are Sarah Connor movies. I mean, yeah, Terminator 2 is a lot about John Connor and his relationship with Arnie, but like, no, that's more of a Sarah Connor movie anyway, because she's legit playing the action hero with like her big old giant muscles in that movie. Like, yo, she got shredded for that movie.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I see you. But no, like, shut up. The first two Terminator movies were more about Sarah Connor, so why not have more Sarah Connor? So,
yeah.
Again, like I said, shut up. Don't pass a judgment on a movie before it comes out. Like, I was not excited for Dark Phoenix, but I wasn't for sure certain it was going to be terrible. Spoilers, it was. But, you know. Hey, that's it for miscellaneous, my mans.
Yeah, okay.
Star Wars, DC, or Marvel?
Let's do DC.
Ooh, very nice, very nice. All right, so let's get the big news out of the way first. Well, one of two really big newses. I don't.
Newsies.
Words. Oh, it's a newsie. It's a doozy of a newsie.
That's right.
There's your T-shirt. All right. Robert Pattinson is confirmed to be playing Batman in Matt Reeves' new Batman trilogy. Nice.
Yeah. I
am of the camp that likes that idea. I like Robert Pattinson as Batman. I think he makes a very good young Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Gimme.
Honestly, yeah, and I think the other camp that is like negative towards it, it's not that big of a crowd.
No, it's just a vocal minority. That's what it always is. Is just the people who make the biggest stink on the internet, honestly, aren't there's not that many of them, but they just don't shut up, so it looks like there's a bunch of them.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of how it always is, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what are you thinking? Because I know
like
you're a fan, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I like it a lot. I think he's done a lot of work since Twilight, and I mean, he was notoriously known for trashing the franchise even while he was doing the movies. So he knows it was bad, and that's probably why he didn't try too hard when acting in it.
Yeah, you're not joking. I mean, he's actually honestly an incredible actor. So I feel like, yeah, he doesn't get enough props. So I'm actually really looking forward to it. I'm interested to see where they go with it.
Right.
Like, I mean, heck, even if you didn't want it to be a prequel, you could just be like, Batman gets in the Lazarus Pit.
Yeah.
And then just make him young for the rest of the movies. It would work.
Oh yeah, it definitely would.
Goodness, but like, I don't know. I'm really excited to see Robert Pattinson's performance. If they do have an older Batman while Robert Pattinson plays the younger Batman, who would you like to play the older Batman?
Oh man, I wouldn't even know.
It's a hard choice.
Yeah,
it's a hard thing.
I say age up Robert.
Really?
Yeah.
Honestly, that works.
Yeah, why not? You know.
I mean, at that point, like, honestly, it doesn't matter. Like,
especially if he does a really good job.
Heck yeah! Honestly, if he just does a really good job, you could just age him up a bit. I mean, implying that those movies are still in continuity, because we really don't know what they're going to do with the future of the DCEU. Speaking of the future of the DCEU, boom, there's that segue. So there's a big rumor going around right now. Take it with a massive grain of salt, like big old grain of salt. But it's rumored right now that James Gunn will be the Kevin Feige of the new DCEU. Now, I don't know if that's going to be true, because, I mean, he's doing a whole lot of Marvel stuff because he's back with Marvel now. But James Gunn being the new Kevin Feige of the DCEU would be pretty dang good. Chase, I don't know. What are your thoughts here?
I think that would be really cool. I do think there are some complications, especially with him being so intertwined with Marvel.
Yeah.
But at this point, I mean, after he does Suicide Squad, I mean, he's only 2 movies away from being just as intertwined as he is with Marvel. So,
you make a good point.
I think it could go either way. But I mean, if anyone could do it, I think he has the headspace for it, like the mindset.
definitely. I mean, he was mostly leading the charge for the new cosmic approach to the MCU. So, honestly, I could really see him doing it. I don't, again, there's that doubt that he will, considering, he's back at Marvel doing Guardians 3, and it seems like he's really only doing Suicide Squad for DC. But, again, you never know. We could get something really interesting out of this.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I'm interested to see if this is true, because I've only heard this from, like, 1 or 2 sources. So, not many people are reporting on it right now, which is interesting. So, it's definitely not confirmed. And, again, like I said, massive grain of salt for this one. But I would be interested in it. It would suck to see him leave the MCU after, making some pretty awesome movies. But, I mean, at the same time, that means he would be the head of the DC movies, and I'd be like, yes, sir, because then I know that the DC movies are in good hands.
Oh, yeah, he would do them justice.
Heck yeah. So that would be bittersweet, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Hey, so this next thing isn't bittersweet. It's just bitter.
Okay.
Do you see the Batwoman trailer?
No, but I have heard.
Real bad.
Yeah, I've heard it looks kind of trash.
Because, like, it's not even very, like, faithful to the character from the comics. So, here's the thing, right? It starts out with this character, and she, like, oh, I'm gonna fight crime because Gotham is bad, and Batman's gone missing, I guess. And she goes into Wayne Enterprises, and Luke Fox is there, Lucius Fox's son, who in the comics becomes Batwing. And he's like the bumbling nerd, like, a woman kind of thing. And I saw that and I was like, all right, cool. I already want to die. We're really going to make Luke Fox into this stupid CW, like, stereotype that they've been pushing for years. Great. Cool. Glad we're doing this. Anyway, so she steals Batman's suit. Right. And she becomes Batwoman and starts saving people, I guess. And they're like, the news is like, oh, is Batman back? Because she wore Batman's suit. And she's like, I'm not about to let a man take credit for a woman's job. And I'm like,
it's like,
you stole all of his equipment and you were literally wearing his outfit. I mean, what did you expect? In the comics, she trained and she made all of her own equipment. This is embarrassing.
Yeah.
And the dialogue is bad and stilted. The directing doesn't look great. The action doesn't look great. Honestly, it's just like, I don't know. I've really given up on all the CW stuff. I hear Legends of Tomorrow is still really good. And I bring that up every time I talk about how I just am not a fan of the CW right now. But, like, I'm being honest.
Right. I'm going to be honest. I was hopeful for Batwoman at first, whenever she was introduced in the crossover event for CW.
Yeah. How did that go, by the way? Because I did not watch it.
From what I remember, it was good. And I think they're going to do Crisis on Infinite Earths, that storyline.
Yeah, which makes sense for them to do.
Right. And so someone's going to die.
Superman better be back. Also, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's Green Arrow, right?
It's definitely Green Arrow.
I mean, they're not going to kill off Flash, even though it says Flash dies in Crisis.
Yeah, they're going to change it or something, but yeah.
Because of course.
But yeah, I was hopeful for it because she was introduced well. She had good dialogue. Like, I was hopeful for it, but yeah.
And you didn't watch the trailer?
I didn't watch the trailer.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
Yeah.
No judging here, mi amigo.
Right.
Because it sucked anyway.
Yeah. Onward.
Dude, I'm just... bullcrap.
No. I'm with you.
Hey, look at me, I'm sad, but hey... Let's not be too down because we got our first look at Stargirl in like the full suit behind the scenes, and it looks great.
Yeah.
So this series is coming to the DCU app, which I mean, it's kind of in trouble, and we'll get to that in our next bit of news. But it looks really good. Like, the suit looks good. The actress looks good in the suit. Like, as Stargirl, looks like a good representation of the character. So, like, I have, hopefully it's going to be good. I feel optimistic about it. But, obviously we won't know until it comes out. So far, the DC shows have been a bit hit or miss sometimes. I guess they never miss, huh? Oh, I want to die.
Oof.
I already made it. I made a TikTok joke. Oh, why did I do that? Anyway.
That's a great question.
Guess what I'm putting in the tags? No, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding.
Do it.
I'm putting TikTok in the tags.
Do it.
Oh, Lord. But, okay. But anyway, Titans was not great. I'll be honest. It had promise, and it kind of squandered the promise that it had, because, some of it was good. It started getting good in the middle, and it just did not have a good ending at all. But it's coming back with Season 2. It's going to have Batman and Deathstroke and all these other characters showing up, and I'm like, all right, cool. Superboy's going to be in it. I'm like, all right, maybe it'll be good.
Yeah.
I've got, I'm willing to give it another shot. Why not? I think the actors that they got for it can really pull off something interesting, so gimme.
Yeah.
And Doom Patrol was fantastic. So I feel like that's a good sign. And from what I'm hearing about Swamp Thing, which I need to start getting on, it's only 2 episodes deep. I hear it's amazing. And hey, I know people who worked on it, so dunked on. Anyway, I feel like I've brought that up so many times on the podcast that I know people that were actually a part of the crew on Swamp Thing, but I'll beat that dead horse. I really don't care. So, speaking of Swamp Thing, last bit of DC news, bit of a downer.
Right.
Swamp Thing is canceled after 1 episode came out.
Aired episode.
What even? So, now there's a lot going into this, and I feel like we can talk about it pretty, at least, we can talk about it extensively as North Carolinians, because it was canceled because of the tax money. Here we go. It sucks because North Carolina lost all of its tax breaks back in gosh, I don't know. I think that was 2013.
Yeah, it was
around that time.
Yes.
Which stinks because again, I don't know. It after Iron Man 3, it was around that time that North Carolina changed its laws for tax breaks when it comes to film and television. And we lost 98% of the film business that we had. And it sucks because Wilmington was well on its way to becoming basically the next Atlanta. So Wilmington, North Carolina had a huge hit when it came to business. And I feel, which is what is weird to me, because the film industry equals jobs. We're going to get jobs when they're here.
Yeah.
So it makes no sense to me, the idea that, oh, no, we're just not going to make movies or anything like that. As someone who's an aspiring filmmaker who is, in Wilmington, North Carolina, learning how to do all these things that, learning the business and the skills that I'm going to need, it's really disheartening to see stuff like this happen. Now, the only problem is that there are 2 sides to this. Warner Brothers claims that they didn't get the taxes that they thought they were going to get or that they were promised, but some of the representatives in North Carolina are like, no, we told them what was going to happen and they filmed it here anyway. What it comes down to is that Swamp Thing is a big budget show.
Right.
And DC Universe is not the place to put it. That streaming service, they aren't releasing numbers, which is not a good sign.
Yeah.
And And now they're talking about making a or like not even talking about, it's coming. The Warner Brothers streaming app is going to be a thing.
Right.
And I feel like it's only a matter of time before like DC Universe just gets folded into that. Maybe we'll get a return of Swamp Thing on that. Maybe. I hope so, because I mean I hear amazing things about it. You know, and it'd be nice for Swamp Thing to come back to Wilmington. You know, because believe it or not, people need jobs down here. There's a lot of people in the film industry that are just having to go all around for jobs. A friend of mine, who's the tutor at the school I go to, is currently in Charleston, South Carolina, working on an HBO production. And he's the same guy who worked on Swamp Thing, so look at that. Like, he's been on a whole bunch of movies and everything, and a bunch of projects recently, but hardly any of them are in North Carolina. And that goes for a lot of the teachers and tutors that are at the school I attend. They're having to do a lot of their work outside of the state because North Carolina's laws are garbage when it comes to film. And, you know, there's a lot of rumblings of that being fixed. And I really, I really hope that it is fixed, because there's a lot of talent here in North Carolina. I mean, even just the people I'm going to school with are so talented. I'm looking at you, Chris. I know you're listening. I'm blown away by some of the talent and like friends that I've made just at school, and I'm really excited for what the future could hold in that sense. But I really hope that North Carolina does go ahead and take that step to bring back those tax incentives, because I think you would see a whole lot of business come flooding back. Because North Carolina is a great place, you know, and it's a good place to film, especially Wilmington. So I don't know. North Carolina, fix yourself.
Right. Yeah. Fix it. Now.
Freaking fix it, my dude. Lordy. All right. So, hey, that's it for DC news. Back to Marvel or Star Wars.
It's definitely Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, we usually say Marvel for last because it's got usually the most amount of news. So, Chase, do you remember who the Knights of Ren are?
Yeah, it's Kylo's little fan club.
It's his posse. He rolling deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they haven't been in any of the movies except for that one little Force Vision in Episode 7, which is disappointing.
Yeah.
I really feel like they were probably going to be in The Last Jedi until Rian Johnson was like, all right, guess what? No, I'm making something completely different. And he made a good movie, so shut up. But they are on the set of Episode 9. They've been in like official behind-the-scenes photos, so we're going to finally get to see what they're all about in The Rise of Skywalker, which is still a weird name, but I'm used to it by now.
Right.
It's kind of like Spider-Man Far From Home. That's a really weird title.
Right, yeah.
It's like, I don't know if I like it or not, but who cares? It's going to be a good movie. Hopefully. Watch it be like Dark Phoenix times 2. Oh! Not in Jesus' name.
Right.
But that's literally it for Star Wars news. Hey, we're getting the Knights of Ren. Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. Cool.
That means we're already on the Marvel, which we've got a good little bit of news. I mean, considering it's been 3 weeks, you would think we would have some more news.
Yeah.
But all right, so let's start with the last bit of Fox news we'll ever have, which is weird to think about.
Right.
Because this is about it for Fox Marvel news. It's crazy.
Okay.
We're finally here, boys. This is the end.
Yeah.
The end of the path I started. Anyway, okay. No more quotes. Dark Phoenix. First of all, it's terrible. Second of all, it was projected to make around $40 million on its opening weekend, which is bad.
That's real bad.
That's real bad.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't make $40 million.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. So it was it was below the poor estimates.
Oof.
Which, I mean, I feel like we can attest to, because, I mean, me, you, and Sierra went and saw it together. Hey, go watch that movie trip video if you didn't see it already. Hey. Because we're not doing a review. I think we decided on it, because, like, there's just...
Yeah.
It's just going to be overly negative, and there's really no point in doing it.
Right.
And I think we talked about like the only positives we had with the movie in that. So like, yeah,
I covered it.
no, we're not doing a review. Our review was the movie trip, so shush. Oh goodness. But like, whenever we went and saw it, there was 3 of us there, and then like maybe 8 more people in the theater with us on opening night.
Yeah.
That's really embarrassing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And people are
really...
like, Disney sabotaged. It's like, what? Stop.
It's like, no, it still got as much marketing as it needed.
Yeah, and they're saying they sabotaged it for the sake of Captain Marvel and Brie Larson, because Brie Larson is a buzzword that gets everyone triggered on the internet.
Right.
I think it was Cosmic Book Movie News, or like cosmicbookmovie.com or something like that. I forget what it is, but that website's not very great. I will just warn everyone not to really trust anything you really read there. They've kind of just gotten into the business of hating on Captain Marvel and all that stuff, probably because it gets them clicks. But
right.
The idea of it being sabotaged by Disney and Fox just for the sake of Captain Marvel is stupid. It had reshoots. They reshot the entire ending because apparently it was too much like Captain Marvel. Guess what? It was already a lot like Captain Marvel. I mean, they literally had not scrolls in it. Yeah. Like, ugh. And guess what? It was bad. Changing the ending wouldn't have fixed that. It was a bad movie. Just because something has a great ending doesn't mean that the entire movie is good. Oh my gosh. Either way, the train ending wasn't bad. Honestly, I think that's one of the best parts of the movie.
Yeah.
It's because it's actually interesting, and you get to see interesting like usage of powers and everything. Although I will say the one thing with Nightcrawler is really weird, because he's just like, oh no, please. Oh, he's shooting somebody. Oh, please don't die. And then he dies, and then he yells, and then he starts killing aliens. And I'm like, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Also, can we talk about how they introduce aliens in this movie, and they haven't been any more aliens in the Fox movies until now, and they don't even address it? They're just like,
we were there the whole time.
Now, I guess. And, like, no one cares. Like, no one's like, oh my gosh, aliens are real? No one's like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, why not? I've seen, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, so why not?
Yeah. I've seen the movie, it makes sense.
Yeah, Dark Phoenix was bad, don't go see it. Anyway. Oh, okay, so let's go ahead and get into the last bit of movie news, because there's just a lot of TV news, which is cool. But there's been some possible leaks for Shang-Chi, which I feel is probably coming in 2020. I'm going to say that's probably when we're going to... Or not 2020, 2021 is what I meant. I feel like that's when we're going to get it, because I think we're only going to get 2 Marvel movies next year. Which is sad, but at the same time, I'm okay with that. Give it a little bit of breathing room. I'm okay. Besides, we're probably going to get a good bit of our... we're probably going to get a good bit of our Disney Plus shows in 2020. So, we're good. I'm fine with that. Yeah. But Shang-Chi, a little bit of leaks came out, like just talking a little bit about the story. The most interesting one is apparently they're going to make the actual Mandarin, the one that they hinted at in the All Hail the King one-shot, they're going to make him his dad in this movie.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, I'm down.
Yeah.
And the Ultimates, I think he was his uncle. And I'm like, yeah, they kind of have to change who his dad was, because in the comics it was... Well, it was Fu Manchu. So, yeah, you can't do that in 2019.
No, you can't.
'Cause racism. But, yeah, that's a no-go right there, Captain. So, I'm excited for Shang-Chi. I think it's going to be cool, and it'll be interesting to see, something different from Marvel, I think. Obviously, the main thing they need to get right for this movie is the fights. Like, get that Kung Fu rockin', Chief. And I think we'll be good. Like, honestly, that's the main thing. So
this needs to be an Iron Fist movie, pretty much.
I mean, basically. I mean, heck, even put Iron Fist in the movie. That's your perfect way of integrating the characters. I mean, that won't happen, but it'd be good.
Yeah.
Like, it definitely won't happen. Especially how they left that series on Netflix. Gosh, I want to smack Netflix so hard. But anyway, that's not important. So, okay, into TV news. Speaking of Netflix, let's talk about Jessica Jones Season 3. So it's officially coming on June 14th. Did you see the trailer?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I am cautiously optimistic.
Ooh, all right.
I think it has I think it can be good. You know,
Okay.
the first season was very good. Second season was pretty poor. I'll be
it was
honest.
just really boring.
Yeah, that's the problem. It meandered way too hard. I'm a big fan of like movies taking their time, and TV shows. Like I like slow paced things sometimes. Like westerns are very usually slow paced, and I like it because it gives you time to learn the characters and stuff like that. This was not that though. No, this was not good. It just did not have a direction for the show. The characters weren't very well fleshed out. They took a likable character from the first season in Patsy Walker, and made her incredibly unlikable in the second season. Like, oh my gosh, she was just the worst. And like the villain of Jessica Jones's mom was not very good. Like it just didn't really work very well. And also they killed Nuke way too quick. He's an interesting character and he's cool in the comics, and that you could have done a lot with him, but you killed him. Great.
Right, yeah.
Great. I'm glad. I'm not. I'm sarcastic. So I am hopeful for Jessica Jones Season 3. Either way, I mean, they could potentially bring back Nuke.
Yeah.
Potentially. I mean, it'd be a little ham-fisted, but you could do it. Like, they just toss his body at the ocean or whatever, so it's like, I don't know, it'd be interesting if, like, they brought him back. I'd be down with it. Just bring him back. I don't know.
Right.
There's a lot you can do with that character, and he does a whole lot of cool stuff in the comics, and like he is an interesting character. So it stinks that they killed him off just like that in the second season. I was like, okay, we're doing this then.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
And he was such a cool part about the first season. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So season 3 is coming out in, oh my gosh, 3 days.
It's like
that
3
we
days,
record this. Yeah. So I mean, by next week, whenever we get to this, the next episode of Lights Camera Comics, we'll have probably seen all of it. It comes out Friday.
Yeah.
So here we go. I think Men in Black also comes out this weekend.
That sounds right. Yeah.
I actually really want to go see it. So maybe we'll have a review up this weekend. We'll find out. We'll see. We'll see.
Yes.
But yeah, so continuing our TV news. So Morgan Le Fay is coming to Runaway Season 3, which is really cool. The reason I bring that up is because typically in the comics, Morgan Le Fay is mostly used for Captain Britain. Because, I mean, Captain Britain does a lot of, like, your King Arthur lore, stuff like that. So this might be a really cool way to bring in the character of Captain Britain. And whether they give him a movie or a Disney Plus show or a Hulu show or an ABC show or something like that, I would like to see Captain Britain make an appearance and, like, make Captain Britain the thing, all right? Like, come on. Let's do it. Do the thing. Do the thing. I want to see Captain Britain. That's legitimately the only reason I put this in there, is because I'm like, yeah, I want, like, some sword and sorcery superheroes, all right? Like, the closest we got is Thor, and that's good and all, but, like, I want some actual, like, Merlin junk happening right now. Because legitimately, literally, Captain Britain wields Excalibur, the sword of King Arthur. So, come on, do the thing.
Yeah.
Just
do it.
And also, I mean, like, Captain Britain, you could even have, like, the Black Knight in there, because he's interesting. I like him a lot. So, I don't know. Just do the thing. Do the thing. So, all right, moving on. So, Mindy Kaling, do you know who that is?
No.
Okay, it's Kelly from The Office.
Got it.
Yeah. So she's in talks with Marvel to make a Miss Marvel show.
Okay.
Which I'm like, all right, do it. It makes sense. She is Muslim American. So Muslim American. Is that the right way of saying it?
I don't know. You could just say that she's Muslim.
I think she's Muslim. So yeah. I'm not specifically talking about religion, so I don't know the religion of Mindy Kaling, but anyway, she's of the same descent and nationality as Kamala Khan. So it makes sense that they're getting her to kind of helm this show because she's had history with comedy with like The Office because she was one of the main writers on that show, as well as she's also done some serious things. So I feel like that's in good hands. I would wait till a second Captain Marvel movie came out to make a Kamala Khan show, but I like it.
Yeah,
I'm down. Go ahead. I mean, Kamala Khan's a really good character, so yeah, do it. Pull the trigger. Yeah. All right. Hey, dude, last bit of news. It's a pretty breezy episode. It's only like 40 minutes. All right.
Right.
But we got a first little leaked look at Loki. It was only like some concept art. I think it was concept art. I couldn't tell if it was actually like set stuff. But what's interesting about it is how we've known that it was going to be Loki throughout time and stuff like that for a while now.
Yeah.
Well, in the picture that we saw, we had the Loki logo with the photo of Loki outside of a theater that was viewing Jaws, which places it in 1975.
Right.
Yes, please. I don't know exactly when it's coming, but I imagine that it will be premiering sometime early 2020. We only have a little bit till Disney Plus rolls around, actually, which is crazy to think about. Like, it's almost here. Which is really exciting because it's going to premiere with all like the Marvel shows and Marvel movies on there, and I imagine The Mandalorian will probably premiere alongside it. It'll probably be like readily available on the show or on the service, which is great. I am so excited for The Mandalorian, dude. It's not even funny. But my mans, that's it for our news this week. Before we say our goodbyes, though, I want to go ahead and talk about a little bit of the plans moving forward with our release schedule. So we're going to we're going to keep Lights Camera Comics as a squeaky chair. We're going to keep Lights Camera Comics as our weekly show. The HPE show will be bi-weekly, so every 2 weeks you'll get a new episode of the HPE show. What If will stay monthly. It'll be the first Wednesday of every month, except for this month because we're just now getting back into it. That's why. So shut up. So it's on the second Wednesday of this month. But the first Wednesday of every month will be What If. But the third Wednesday of every month, we will officially have a new commentary track every single month, which is pretty exciting. So that's our 4 podcasts that we do. So I'm excited to kind of hammer down and do this, my mans, because I really enjoy this a lot. Obviously we'll also probably be updating our YouTube with a bunch of other stuff whenever we can make fun videos, whether it be my Backseat Director series or anything else that we might wind up doing. But I'm excited for this. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you would, go ahead, subscribe, all that jazz. Comment what your favorite bit of news was this week and what you think about the Dark Phoenix flopping so hard at the box office. So, guys, please tell a friend about it. Chase, what should they do to spread the word of
They
heroic
should drink
power?
about 5 shots of espresso.
5 shots.
Immediately
Very
after
specific.
waking up.
Oh, okay, okay.
And then attend every marathon in your surrounding area. And if there is no marathon, you make your own.
I was going to say, make it a marathon, boy.
Every 10 steps, you scream out Heroic Power Entertainment.
Ooh. Very good.
therefore spreading the good word of our channel. And if you see a baby, you must scream at the parents. Heroic Power Entertainment.
I'm really glad that you are probably going to get us in trouble, and I would have it no other way.
That's right. I'll take the blame. I'll do it.
You freaking better take the blame. Oh, my lord.
That's right. Blame Joseph. Blame me, Joseph Gallion.
Oh, no, stop. Stop. That's not... For Heroic Power Entertainment, I'm Joseph Gallion.
And I'm a mic stand.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess that makes you a stand-up guy. Oh! Alright.